Easy Explain, Kant's Groundwork, Third Section. So the subtitle of this section is Transition from the Metaphysics of Morals to the Critique of Pure Practical Reason. So just a note here really quick, this is really the foundation of this whole project here. I know it's coming last, it's the third section, the third out of three, it's the end of his groundwork here. But this is really where Kant gets into the metaphysics of his morals, right? The beyond the physical world, the beyond reality, right? What makes this a lot deeper, and it's how he really connects it into his bigger philosophy, his bigger system of philosophy. He's referencing a title of his works here that were coming around the same time, the Critique of Pure Reason and the Critique of Practical Reason. So really connecting it into his system. And how is he doing that? Well, we got to start to parse through some other Kantian vocab just to make sense of this. And I'm going to color code it, and I hope it'll help a little bit. But his language is that of phenomena and noumena, and those are plurals, right? Singular would be phenomenon and noumenon. But phenomena are appearances, right? Those are things that we sense and perceive. The world of sense. Noumena are things in themselves, right? Things of the higher world of understanding, things we can't always directly sense and perceive, things that don't necessarily appear to us immediately, but through the power of our reason, right, that pure reason, we can access them, we can think about them, we can reflect on them, and we should be able to pull them into practice, pull them into reality. So that's basically the Kantian system here, and we're going to start to see how his morals, his ethical theory, connects to that. So I do have 4 passages, and in each of these passages, I'm using the color coding where everything that's green is applying to his phenomena, those appearances, the world of sense. Everything that's light blue, like the sky, is going to be of noumena, of things in themselves, the world of understanding. So I'm thinking, hopefully, you can see the grass is green, the grass is right here, we can touch it, it's right in front of us, and the sky up there kind of beyond and blue, right, maybe a little loftier and a little harder to grasp at. We can sometimes, we can look at it and see it, but it's not always as easy to grasp as the grass. Then the other text, the filler text, will just be, the random oscillating colors that we have. So for the first passage here, Kant says, the world of understanding contains the ground of the world of sense, and hence also of its laws. So if we think about this higher world of understanding, it contains the world of sense, right? The world of sense is within this world of understanding. All of the laws that we see, that we perceive, like the natural laws, the laws that we're creating as humans, they're all contained within the world of understanding, right? The central ground is connected. These are connected worlds. They're not distinctly separate. Let's move on. Might start to get a better idea of these as we go here. I'm going to keep the color coding with us as we go from quote to quote. So the second quote I selected here is Kant says, nature is a concept of the understanding that proves and must necessarily prove its reality in examples of experience. Right? So nature is also part of this understanding, right? It's a big concept of understanding, but it's proven to us that it is a reality that we can grasp, we can sense, we can perceive, we can experience, right? So that's how they're connected. Nature is something we can grasp, but it's also there are parts of it that come from beyond. So think of morals here as well, right? Moving on to the third example, Kant says, by thinking itself into a world of understanding, practical reason does not at all overstep its boundaries, but it would if it wanted to look or sense itself into it. So here Kant is setting up, there is a boundary, right? The world of understanding, those are thoughts, that is the action of thinking, and practical reason, right? Like think of our moral actions, we can't act on that world, right? There is a boundary there. It would have to be able to look or sense itself into it, right? And those are they're incompatible things, right? In the world of understanding, we cannot appear, we cannot see appearances, we're just limited in that as humans. And finally, the fourth example here from Kant, the concept of a world of understanding is thus only a standpoint that reason sees itself, necessitated to take outside appearances in order to think of itself as practical. Right, so starting to look at the relationship here, or I guess, continuing to look at the relationship here of how we are in this world of sense and we have access to this world of understanding, but only from a certain standpoint, right? We can look at it and we can put our thoughts into it, right? And by exchange, we can also get thoughts from it, right? When we reason, we achieve that pure reason. So to sum things up here, right, to connect it all to Kant's moral theory, is that these morals are from the world of understanding, right? That right thing that you're supposed to do is coming from this world of understanding. It is the thing in itself. And our job, our duty, is to actualize it into the world of sense, to make it an appearance, to make that moral action something tangible, to treat people as ends in themselves, the categorical imperative, right? Do everything that becomes universal moral law. That's how it connects to Kantian system at large. For now, I hope this helps.